the problem fundamentally with many of the forecasting methods out there and tactics out there is they try to overcomplicate stuff. Right? Whenever it comes to forecasting or arithmetic in sales, generally like people try to like bring in tons of too much complicated models systems in place, and all they end up doing at the end of the day is take the real salesperson out of you, right? And that I think is the fundamental problem with many of these tactics, right? And every single time I try to implement a tactic, I'll also get an addition of system in place as well. Anybody would try to sell me a system, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like I think in the G2 grid there are like more than 500 sales systems out there, right? And probably if you just like pick any of them and ask them, will you solve the forecasting problem? Every one of them will say, yes, I do it, right? And that's the plight of it. So how many systems can a person really use, right? So yeah, that has really been the problem for me, especially right with forecasting, because like generally the methods that I've tried, like starting from the basic sense of like best cases, commits, and all of that, all the way up to complicating it with tactics like medpic, right? It just bloats it up, right, and dumps it down, and that's the real problem that I've experienced with forecasting.